All right, so about 13 minutes before the open, we're going to be waiting to see if the NASDAQ can enter the sell zone. The trigger was at 412. We want to see if it can enter it, create some kind of a pivot within this area, and then come out for a short trade. All right, so here is the short in the NASDAQ. Now, this one does not go for 100, and this is not the same account I've been showing. This one is going for here 1,000. And that's really to answer some questions regarding why do I always go for 100? Is that all I can get? The answer is no, but at first you should go for 100. If you went for 100, you would have already been filled. This is a bigger picture trade. I am using the trigger, but I'm going for more than 100. But for newer traders or struggling traders, there is no way for you to immediately go for the larger numbers. I cannot really narrate. I am trading some other charts. So I'll just talk about this trade later on. I'm going to leave the recording running, but there'll be no narration. All right, so here is the trade. Now, I am busy doing other things, so I cannot talk about it right now, but I will do a recap of this trade and explain a few things a bit later in the day. So 9:40, and yes, it is a funded account, but not the same one I've been showing, because this one is going for more than $100. So just to be clear, this is not the account I am showing the status of every recap. Gotta get back to other things. All right, so let's do this Friday recap. So again, this account is not the same account that I used for the $1,000 trade. It was a different account. For this account, I only target $100 per alert, trading one contract. And so the reason I showed you that other trade is really to kind of answer this, I guess, criticism I have sometimes from some viewers. Why are you only going for 100? Is that all your approach to trading can give you? The answer is no. But I'm a strong believer that you have to walk before you can run, and you have no hopes of making 1,000 if you can't be consistent at making 100. There are just no shortcuts. You need to be consistent at 100. The larger targets will come. Also keep in mind, most people, at least in our community, are now trading or trying to get a funded account from prop firms, which is very different than your own account. So you have to worry about trailing drawdowns. Now, in a trade that you saw, and you can rewind it, you're going to see that after going quite a bit into the money, price retraced all the way up beyond the entry price. So think about it this way. If you are up 500 and all of a sudden you are down 300, well, now you really drew down $800. Now, do you know how far price is going to go before it's going to stop as far as you being negative when price retraces up? No, there is no way of knowing. In my situation, every one of my accounts is at least $10,000, and by this point of the month, a lot more than the starting balance. I don't have to worry about a trailing drawdown. I can just focus on the bigger picture and taking the trade alerts, knowing that if the short trigger price occurs, the market is in a weaker position. Can I get more than 100? Yes. Is that what I recommend for new traders? Absolutely no. No. Get consistent at 100. So next question is, well, you are risking, when you are going for 100, you are risking more than you are targeting. That is true. I give you that. Yes, it is true. But the problem is, if you're going to set your stop too tight, what's going to happen is, the way these markets are, they're going to trigger your stop a number of times and then go your way anyway. So, it is a tough issue, and stops are a tough issue. I completely understand what you are saying. However, I you can try risking just 100. You can let me know how it goes. I'm a bit skeptical about that. Um, there are other approaches that members know, but it's beyond the scope of this account. This account only takes the triggers, but members know how to identify markets if they are in a weaker or stronger position, and we have setups that a trader can use where risk would be less. Not saying there is no risk, but risk would be less, and they can still get their $100. So this was the only reason I recorded that trade from this morning, is just to show no, $100 is not the most you can get, but that's what you should be going for at first. Anyway, let's do the alerts. Take a look at the alerts. The Nasdaq, of course, was a sell posted last night a bit after 6 p.m. A sell at 12,412, triggered way early in the middle of the night, but then came up right at the US session open, gave you a beautiful trigger on the short side here, comes in, tiny pivot, goes out, easy 5 points. If you're looking for more, you got more, but I always say just get the 5 points. Let's take a look at the S&P. S&P was a short at 4,083. Again, triggered in the middle of the night. But then US session, here it is, comes up, boom, tiny pivot, straight down. Again, these numbers I give you are important to the market. Very often they get tested and retested, and they always produce a reaction enough for, as I recommend, at least $100 per contract. Oil was a short 77.91. We rolled to the April contract. So 77.91. Then that triggered again in the middle of the night. Just triggered in the middle of the night, and then came again, retested that level just tiny little bit, and then, but again, we're talking 1 o'clock in the morning. That's why today I did not catch an oil trade. I just, once it left, it left. So if anyone was awake, it was a beautiful trade. And again, in oil, we're just looking for 10 ticks. Obviously, a heck of a lot more is available. So gold, a very similar story, was a short at 1843. So as you can see, I posted it 6 p.m., a little after 6 p.m., and that triggered at 7 p.m. So it didn't even give you much time. Triggers here, not even quite a retest. came shy of a retest of that level. That's how weak it was, and then just sold off. So gold again, a market that once I saw this, I didn't even bother. I did not trade gold today. The Dow was a short, 33,645. So again, triggered in the middle of the night. You can see it over here. Very, very early. The European traders maybe were able to catch that. But I got this one as price tested the trigger again right at market open 9:30, comes up and goes down. Looking for 20 ticks. And of course, there was a lot more available. The Incredible 6E was a short at 66.35, 1.06635. So triggered at 10 p.m. Eastern. No one would get that. But then during the European session, there you go, in and out. Definitely giving you more than your $100. Just a beautiful 6E is definitely an impressive market. I did not trade it today, but the triggers are what they are. The short trigger worked beautifully. Well, and that's, I think, it for the week. So I think another terrific week for us. If you want to join us, you can email me. My email is in the description. The website is there as well. And you can get the Auto Trader from Blue Wave for a very reasonable price if you are a member of this community. So get in touch. Thank you.